Hey everyone, it's Hydro Pump here. Today we got a special guest on the channel. We got Xico or Ace of Spades here with me, and he recently got second place at the Deck Devastators tournament number 3 with his dragon deck. So, how's it going, Xico?
Hi, everything's going great.
Cool.
First stop,
Nice, very nice. And you're also you recently joined Team Rod.
yeah,
How's it like being on the team?
it's pretty awesome to be fair. Um, I had never like topped anything, so 1 month after joining the team, I topped. I think it's like a trend or something that people do well after shortly after joining. So yeah.
Yeah. And once you get the first top, it's easy. You get other ones. It just kind of gets the ball rolling.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, you play dragons. We'll jump into the deck list in a second. But you play like pure or trap or disaster dragon. There's like a bunch of names for it. But um, so how was like the tournament? Things leading up to the tournament or anything significant you want to talk about before we jump into the deck profile?
Yeah, so I didn't do a lot of testing with the deck. I had sort of like the list that I guess like Keegan had on in his channel. And then I made a couple of changes and was playing it like sporadically a game once in a while. And then, but I was supposed to play Black Wings for this tournament. But then I was like, I'm playing Black Wings, but then they said the hamster, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah. And everyone is going to play Black Wings, and the mirror is like very flip. I feel like. And then or if you're not on Black Wings, you're pre for Black Wings. So I don't want to be versus that either. So I think there would be a very low chance of me topping with playing Black Wings. So yeah, played something different, got rewarded.
Nice. Awesome. Alrighty, and I like to hear that. And I guess we can just jump right into the deck profile. Got your deck here on Dueling Book, and for those wondering, this is formatlibrary.com. That shows the tournament results and shows like how many people played. You had 137 people, so you got second out of that, and shows all the top decks here. Alrighty, so I guess we'll just jump into the deck list. I guess three red med's pretty obvious. And then yeah, like all the utility dragons here, like White Knight, Prime Material as your big
Yeah,
monsters.
actually, the list that I started with wasn't on Prime Material. Like I don't know. I don't know. Whoever I net deck didn't play Prime Material, but I was like, no, I think Prime Material is very good in the meta because Icarus, Bottomless, Tarantula, I don't know. It's like great, awesome. So
Yeah, Pro Storm, you're actually like the highest topping player with this deck in probably like a really long time since like Edison format got popular or started getting popular. Pro Storm, he
yeah, I
played
think
he
there's like no top with the Trap Dragon or
yeah
Disaster since I like got aware of or became aware of Edison and started playing. So
yeah
that's kind of crazy.
pretty much we can just safely say there's probably like not like a significant top with this deck. But
As
Pro
far as I know, the last person who like had the top, or I think it was a win, I'm not sure. I think it was Keegan.
yeah, that was like probably 2 years ago because I
Yeah,
joined
it was
about almost
2021.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Ooh, and then so Pro Storm he got like top 16 at Ribbit 2 with dragons, and he played Prime Material Dragon, but
Yeah.
he didn't make top
Actually,
8.
I didn't talk to ProStorm. Probably should have because he's like the expert
Yeah,
of everything Yu-Gi-Oh, not even just Trap Dragons. Um, but I did follow, like, he had a post on the Dragon Discord Edison Formats channel, and he had a little bit of explaining his cards. So I definitely also stole some ideas, especially from in the side deck from him. Oh, you got the Prohibition, the Pro Storm special as well.
yeah. That's his favorite card, new favorite card. But yeah, he played Prime Material Dragon in his list that he almost topped with, and when him and I were testing, it was like it's an amazing like addition because like say he goes first in Future Fusions for 2 red meds, and then he can bring Prime Material out.
Yeah.
You would mostly get wrecked by Torrential Tribute there or Mirror Force, but Prime Material
Hmm.
just prevents that. So I even play it in Dragon Turbo, just how good the card is, and it's kind of
Yeah.
a brick in that deck. So yeah, I really like Prime Material. Is there anything special with White Knight? Did you like White Knight in your tournament?
Yeah, actually, I really like White Knight. For example, against Black Wings, which is obviously the very relevant deck. They maybe play Prison. They doesn't get killed by Icarus. Actually, if I have two monsters, they can't even play Icarus at all because they target White Knight, they target the other monster, it negates the whole effect. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's nice to be like red mid and white knight. They have to like
yeah, that's like
blow up
insane.
their own card or something just to clear the red mid
Yeah,
and puts them in a bad spot. And my the tournament I topped or won with Peak of the Beak 2, I didn't even play Mirror Force. I played 3D Prison, so White Knight's
yeah.
pretty good
A
against
lot of
that.
people on 3D Prison, people playing like VU Turbo on 3D Prison, sometimes the 10 FD special, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so we got two Tone Dragon. I guess, is there anything between two or three Tone Dragons that's significant?
I never experimented, but my
Did you?
feelings were that there's no need for more Totem Dragon.
Okay.
Maybe there's more need for like tributes to convert Totem Dragon, but that I think bricks too much, and like the deck never bricked on me, so I don't particularly feel like you should increase your brick potential. So yeah,
Cool. Yeah.
ratios I think are like
Yeah,
spot on.
you might want, if you were to play more trees, you can probably fit a third one in, but you already get it off
Yeah,
Mass Dragon, so it's like, you know.
exactly.
And probably the MVP of your deck is Drago. How did Drago do for you?
Eh,
Okay.
it was right. Honestly, it wasn't that much of a, like MVP as I thought it would be.
Yeah,
I
on
don't know.
paper he's
It's,
really good.
it's, it's like really good, obviously, but I don't know. It's not like I don't feel like he won games on his own or something.
Yeah.
It was like he did well. He Something that I noticed happened in my run. I think people dropped one Gars on me, and it was when I attacked directly with Totem Dragon.
Gotta do what you
So
gotta do, you know.
yeah, I was like, so I
Yeah,
guess that's the power of Draco. Like,
yeah. This like, when I think of Trap Dragons, I think of Drago, and I guess Future Fusion. But this card just seems like on paper it seems really good because like the decks that the most popular deck is Blackwing variants.
mhm.
And then the decks that counter Blackwings are like Fairies and Light Swarm, which, are obviously light.
Yeah,
So on paper, this card should be really good, and it kind of destroys Fairies in a way. Uh,
yeah,
uh,
the card destroys fairy. We can get into the fairy matchup, but I don't
yeah,
think it's Dragon favorite at all.
yeah,
In my experience, I played like a match. I think I won because I had light imprisonings in the side when I was testing. But I was like, oh, this matchup is kind of hard because they just loop DD Warrior Ladies with
yeah,
Dinox, and I ran out of monsters. I don't know.
yeah. Warrior Lady can be a problem for sure. And you played three Wyvern here. I seen some lists play two. Is do you like the third one?
Yeah, I definitely like the extra dragon count. Like seeing him, it's big. I remove him for red man.
Yeah,
That's good.
nice beater, and then three Mass Dragons. Kind of like a staple. I guess you just need more dragons, so Mass
Yeah,
Dragons is good.
that's what I actually felt a lot. So a lot of the times, sometimes you don't see enough dragons, but during the tournament run, I actually had no problems.
Nice. And you also have Exploder, does work with Mass Dragon, clear something
Yeah,
this big.
really liked Exploded Dragon actually.
Yeah, he's pretty
Uh,
nice.
like against Black Wings, for example, a play that I did a few times was, for example, I got Red Mad. They had like a Black Wing. I got Red Mad. I brought back the Mass Dragon, crash Mass Dragon, get Exploder, attack their monster playing around Kalut, for example, or they like source it or whatever. So I thought that was like really nice. Can do that versus light decks on Honest as well. So yeah, really liked Exploder Dragon.
Yeah, he's a great addition to the deck. And then you're on the trend with the three Warrior Lady that's been between Pro Storm and Keegan's idea,
Hmm.
combination idea. I'm not sure, but they've been playing this. And how did this perform for you? Did they ever mess you up at
Very well,
very well? Okay, nice.
very well. Another card that allows me to play around Kalut and Honest. removing Black Wings is like good because Blizzard is like their best card, you know. So if they attack me, I banish. Their Blizzard is dead. Maybe their Sirocco is dead as well because I don't have a monster. So I don't know. Just DDR later MVP. Against some matchups, for example, zombies. I played like first round. It did very well. So I think it was like maybe MVP in that matchup. For example, I thought that top 8 really nice because I played versus Machinas, which I thought that could be a hard matchup. But DDR Lady Banishing Fortress like came in very clutch.
Yeah, I mean, it seems on paper it seems out of place in this deck, but it fits in really well. Just extra
Yeah,
removal and helps clear some problematic monsters.
I should say, for example, that it never came up that I wanted to activate Totem Dragon and couldn't because I had DDR Lady. So I don't know if people think that it's like weird
Yeah,
and the cards like have anti-synergy. I didn't feel it during the entire tournament.
yeah. I mean, getting this in the grave is pretty situational. You need to like card destruction DD Warrior Lady or something like that, or torrential tribute DD
Yeah,
Warrior.
that thankfully that never came up. Usually it's like Mirror Force Torrential, I guess.
Yeah.
And I play books, my body, and Starlight. So
Oh, okay. So
I
you're
don't know.
pretty well covered for
Yeah,
that. Cool. Yeah, I like the addition to the deck. Alrighty, so we'll just get into the spells. Obviously, you play Future Fusion. Uh, did you get to like resolve this card a lot throughout the tournament?
yes, I think there's no way in hell I could have gotten second without resolving this card a lot.
Yeah. It's funny. I played this against this deck recently in a tournament, and like game one, I just got destroyed because he opened Future Fusion, and then the next games like he didn't see it, and I just kind of won really easily. So I definitely think this deck runs through Future Fusion, like your
Yeah,
most important card. So
for sure. I
and
should. It's not obviously Future Fusion is obvious, so there's not much to say about it. I guess
yeah,
I should just say that like
it was
every
just like
time I saw Future
crazy.
Fusion, I resolved it
Yeah,
because sometimes you have to like sandbag it or like slow play it, not like windmill slam it, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, for
Because
sure. Yeah, you don't want to activate it as like oppression or MST it. You know.
yeah, I had like some very funny interactions, like some games. We can, for example, against frogs, I was like maybe I searched it. This happened versus like top 4. I cold sarked for future, and then they gold sarked for MST, and then they had like cold wave as well to put me off like
uh,
one future fusion one turn. And then it was like first game 1, so I had Dust Tornado. I drew like Dust Tornado MST heavy,
wow.
and they made the Stardust to protect their MST, but I had like enough back row hate versus frogs to make my future fusion like go through and just won the top game, top
Yeah,
4, and so easy.
yeah, he made you really work for that Future Fusion play.
Yeah,
No, so I guess that was probably like, the most like obscure like way of playing Future Fusion in this tournament. Just like you had to like do all that just to activate it.
yeah, probably.
Okay. So we got 2 Gold Sark to get Future Fusion. Obviously, did you ever
Yeah,
Gold Sark for anything else or?
yeah. Heavy, solemn, brain. Uh, yeah, heavy. I think my most notable one was heavy against Black Wings because they flip the oppression and they have like a bunch of traps. So I was like, oh, there's no way in hell you have Starlight, so just get heavy.
Yeah. Searches your power spells pretty good.
Yeah,
And you got 1 Smashing Ground in here. Is there a reason for Smash or just 1 copy?
yeah. So Smash again. The problem with Trap Dragons, in my opinion, is that the deck lacks destruction like Akaios or Raikus from like its engine. So I think you need to supplement it with like some sort of destruction cards, be it like traps, obviously, but I think smashing is like also good to deal with other things that your deck is not like very well equipped to deal with. I saw some people say like, "Oh, you should have run like 2 Soul Takers,"
Yeah.
but I disagree. I think 1 and 1 was like perfect. It would be also better if I ran into some other decks that I didn't, like plants, Titanium, for example. Um, and it's good versus Black Queens because, well, it was around Kalut as well. But if they have two, if I Soul Taker one, I target one, they can chain Icarus. If I use Smashing, it can come up that the Icarus one, but then I get to destroy the other.
Yeah, definitely they both have their pros and cons. So that's a good explanation of why Smashing's good in the list because it just mainly doesn't target. So that's not
Yeah,
targeting cards are always pretty good. And then you got the couple staples, Brain Control and Heavy Storm. I don't
yeah.
recall for some reason I feel like it might have been a while, but like lists I see don't play Brain Control. I'm not sure if I'm wrong on
Eh,
that, but I mean you have plenty of ways to tribute their guides off, so. And I guess it's good against like a dupe block. You can clear the
yeah,
dupe
it's
frog.
it's a good card.
Yeah,
Sometimes I took it out. Yeah,
yeah. At worst, it could just be a burn card, like
yeah,
burn them for 25 with the Armor Master or something like that. And I guess it outs Reaper if you ever can get
yeah.
through that. Okay. And you got two Book of Moons. The Book of Moon treat you well. Like,
I was before the tournament. I was on 3, so yeah.
I've been there
I
before.
really I really like Book of Moon in this deck actually, because Brain is annoying because maybe you have like a really good board. I don't know, like red man, and like Brain. It's annoying. So book out that. Also, all your dragons have relatively high defense, so if you flip them, they can usually live just fine. Dodge is bottomless. Mm, So yeah, really good card. Also very good versus Black Wings, which is
Yeah, I agree. It's
obviously relevant matchup.
yeah.
But actually, I cut it down to 2 from 3 to fit the my body, and I think that was a good choice.
Yeah. What do you think of my body in the
Yeah,
list?
performed really well.
I guess it's good like if you go like totem tribute for red mid and then you can red mid and beta impression or something like that.
Yep.
I don't know if that came up at all.
That did not come up in the tournament, but I have made that play.
Cool. I'm not sure if it has any other like tricky things with it outside of that, but yeah, it's good utility and keeps your guys alive.
Yeah.
And then I guess that MSC is just kind of a staple too. Then you got Deep Prisons of Bombs here. I guess you can make the argument that you wouldn't need these because you have a bunch of big monsters, but again, you kind of just want to deal with their monsters so your guys can walk.
Yeah.
I guess this is like more so targeting for like Black Wings, the matchup,
Yeah. For sure.
and I guess they're
Just
pretty good.
cards. I don't know.
Yeah,
Not much to say. I
yeah.
guess the thing that people called out, I guess, was no mirror force.
Mm. Yeah. I guess yeah, you're citing the Mirror Force.
I don't think citing the mirror force was a good idea, but I don't know. I was like, do I have 55 better cards than mirror force? I guess not.
So you think you would main deck or should main deck Mirror Force?
No, I actually think it should be out of the 55
Oh, okay.
because
Yeah.
I think like extra deck, side deck, it doesn't do much.
Yeah.
You know, it's it. I think I would have maybe preferred like some more cards that would be blowouts against some matchups.
Yeah, it's kind of this weird
Mirror,
side decking Mirror Force or like
yeah,
those battle
yeah, I
traps.
agree. And I was like, I don't know. I have a spot. You're not running mirror force. What are you gonna play?
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I am also not really too much of a fan of Mirror Force at the time because like I don't really want to destroy anything, and you know you're not really. This format, I don't feel like you're really getting swarmed on the field, or like I need to blow up
Yeah,
three
it goes
monsters.
around. I feel like.
And the only deck that really swarms is like I guess zombies, but they just Brionic everything anyway, so you
Yeah,
can't really activate Mirror Force there. Okay. And Starlight Road, we'll just kind of go through the traps real quick. Starlight Road, do you like the one copy? Or
not really.
you didn't see it or anything? I
Yeah,
mean, I guess you don't have like a
it would.
hardcore trap lineup, so like road's kind of like
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I thought it would be better than it was.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of like
It
a hit or
was good.
miss card. You know, it could be
Yeah,
nuts, and then other times it's kind of mediocre.
yeah.
Uh,
Definitely would not run two, as I saw. Like,
yeah. Well, yeah, you have a lot of ways to protect your monsters. You got books, you got road, you got my
yeah,
body, so you're pretty well
definitely
covered
think
there.
that my body outperforms Starlight's.
Yeah, like once you land your big monster play, like red mid plus white knight or red mid plus Draco, like it's kind of hard to clear that board with all these defensive cards. So
Yeah,
I like that aspect. And then you got the one dust in here. Was this good just for sniping back row so you can play Future Fusion?
yeah, that happened. I came up, Blackwings, very good card.
Nice. And then Call the Haunted, I'm assuming was pretty nice for you.
Yeah, always sided out, but was very good game one.
Do you side out because it's like DD Crow food?
Yeah,
Get back
because
here.
if I mean if they side in DD Crow, I want to like blankets, and I don't versus a lot of decks. I don't feel it's good. So yeah, I don't think it's good um, versus what they usually side in or
Yeah.
what I expect them to side in. So
Alrighty. And I mean, did you ever catch anyone where you do like they go special summon a guy and you Drago, like call a Haunted Drago and like
some
lock them out of it?
I had like something similar, which was I had a white knight and I had set call. It was versus Blackwings. They had Whirlwind, and I know they had Collude. So they normal summon Collude. They had Gale. I I used call to summon the Drago. I was like, yeah, now you summon Collude, and now you can special Gale. You're in a bad spot. And then he used brain control. He mind controlled my Drago. He crashed into my White Knight, and then he made Dark Arms, and I was like, yeah, that's a
Mm.
play.
It almost got him. Almost got him.
Yeah,
And I guess the rest are just kind of staples.
yeah.
So we don't really talk too much about those. I assume you don't go too much into the extra deck, but
Yeah, I just
is there a
use.
reason
I
for
think
two five heads at all?
uh, technically it can come up, but the main reason was that I wanted to have like an alt art one and like an original art one,
Oh, okay.
but it's not
This
in the
profile.
file.
Here, I'll help you out.
Yeah,
Here, we
I
can
was
actually
like one
put
of
this
these.
guy in here. Uh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I was just asking because it. Funny enough,
I think, yeah, I think you can have like pretty much whatever you want in the side
yeah,
deck.
yeah, and the extra
in all
is
the
just
games,
like
in all the games I've played, honestly, the only synchro summon I wanted to make was an Iron Chain.
Iron Chain Dragon. Let's go. What a beast. Is it the deck someone out?
No, I just wanted to convert like a tuner and then go into
Yeah.
red man.
Yeah, I guess you can do brain control plays, so that works
Yeah.
there. Uh, yeah, I was just asking because like two five-headed dragons came up for me when I played Dragon Turbo in a tournament
Oh,
before.
really?
Yeah, I had a weird situation where like I Future Fusion and a couple turns passed. I I had to pot it avarice my stuff back the turn before the five-headed comes out. So I have nothing in my grave. Five-headed comes out. I I had a play where I could have banished the five-headed dragon on the field to summon red mid, and I could have giant Trunade, bounce Future
Yeah.
Fusion, and activate it. But then five-headed's gone, so I needed a
Mhm.
second one for that play. But you don't play Trunade, so you don't really have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Uh,
About five head, maybe I can share like some funny stories that happened in the
oh
tournament.
yeah,
I guess. Um, I was playing in top eight versus game two. I was 1-0 versus Machina Lightsworn. Um, I actually decked them out with five headed dragon because he had like double Machina Fortress. So, but he didn't have enough life points to crash, and he was like milling. So he had like
oh, that's
two
very
cards in deck,
cool.
and so I just sat on five in attack position five head dragon. And I just won the game.
That's hilarious. Cool. We'll just jump right into the side deck. You got a
Yeah.
lot of destruction here with Lightning Vortex and Soul
Mhm.
Taker. Um, Are these did these come up in clutch situations at all, or?
Lightning Vortex, not so much, but Soul Taker, yeah. Soul Taker, people think it's for missing timing. It does do that, but I don't think that's like the main reason why I went for it. It's more like to out some specific monster like floodgates, for example, maybe Fossil Dino, which sometimes is annoying, or especially Vanity Spin. Vanity Spin was a card that I definitely built my side deck to play around it. So yeah, it did its job, like had very good results.
Yeah, and there's just sometimes where targeting the monster you want to destroy
Yeah,
matters a lot.
yeah, that's basically choosing the monster. I think is more important than 1,000 life points. Was basically my
Yeah.
thoughts, especially when I wanted it game two versus the side deck cards.
Yeah, like imagine like a Spear Reaper just sitting there, and while they have a bigger monster,
Yeah,
you can't kill it, or like you said, Vanity's Fiend with like a Dew Frog on the
even
field.
Kaiko. I thought about Kaiko for that could be an awkward card for me to out. I saw like some Veil turbo lists that were on side deck Kaiko, and I thought that that could be a hard card to out. So
Yeah.
and it had like weird stats. Like probably it's not going to get smashing. You can't fissure it. So I thought that being able to choose the card, I think in post board games, I thought would have a lot of value, and I think it did.
Yeah. I definitely like both reasons of playing Smashing and Soul Taker. So, and then you got crossouts here. I assume this is for like Raiko, Kai's shenanigans, or
Yeah,
Raiko and Hamster. My bad.
yeah. The they came up big top eight because I played Machine Lights one. Wasn't really that deck wasn't particularly on my radar, but I was like, I
Yeah,
have
I don't think it
Mox.
was on anyone's radar. But yeah. And then you got one Solidarity here. Does this come up in versus anything in particular that you sided in for? Or?
It had I think it had good theory behind it, but it didn't really come up. It's very good versus Hero Beat because it blanks their Hero Blasts. They can't kill your monsters because they become too big. It's also annoying, I guess, for them to deal with so many big monsters, and just in general. Um, and also, again, it's a Vanity Fiend out. I can
Mm,
normal summon a Red Eyes Wyvern and run over a Vanity Fiend or any Monarch, really. So I wanted it versus like frogs. Maybe the clock I thought could come up, but that was more like fringe.
yeah. Yeah, I can.
The
Sorry, what
the
you say?
only time I saw it, I had like game was over. I had full board, so it does not make a difference. It didn't
Yeah.
make a difference when I saw it. So I
Cool.
think so yeah, theory is sound. I think, but the practice didn't really come up.
Yeah. It's definitely a cool card. I think like you would have to build around it if you want to make it like impactful, which
Yeah,
then it comes. Is it even worth building around?
I
um,
don't think so.
yeah. So it's definitely a neat addition though. And then you got the Pro Storm special here with 2 Prohibition. I
Yeah.
also played this in my Blackwing list recently that I won with. So did this
I think
come in?
in this deck it probably has some of the good reasons of why it's so good. Because if they have spell and trap removal, they probably want to spend it either on Black Whirlwind or on Future Fusion. So if you have this card and it's like some matchup where you can call a key card and lock them out, I think there's like some synergy.
Yeah, it's a really nice flexible card. And
Yeah,
it's
that
pretty
as well.
cool. And you got Burial here. I guess this is for like just like anti-meta decks or
Actually, I thought about it. It was versus frogs because I see frogs. They always have like 3 DD crows in the side, and I was expecting them to side them in. And I think it has like decent synergy with my general cards. The Wyvern, Future Fusion, Totem. I think it has like enough synergy where I thought it would be good.
yeah. You can even put DD Warrior Lady in the grave if you really want to.
Yeah, call it back.
uh, Yeah. I mean, it's there. It's a potential play, you know. Anyways, we got two dusts. So you have three dusts in the list. You just really want to deal with those back rows so you can just make your plays walk, I assume.
Yeah,
I'm also a fan of Dust Tornado. So, and then you got two rug, I guess, for the Monarch decks,
yeah,
just so you don't get like highest to death, which can be
yeah.
really annoying for
Just
this deck.
I make the my particular logic, the way really wanted to use the pulling the rugs. It's for maybe I future fusion. I get my red mats, then they have the play or they are dead. That's how the matchup works in my experience. And if I have a set pulling the rug, it's really hard for them to do anything to the red mats. So usually I win.
Yeah, sounds good to me. And then you got the second road here, and you already said you didn't like road too much. So is this for
Yeah,
like Black Wings?
that yeah that was the logic. I was like I I sat in the dust and the starlight rolled, and it's like one. But starlight I didn't like it.
Yeah. One thing I guess people don't really put into consideration though with Starlight Road, I think it only gets worse throughout the tournament because say if I'm a Blackwing player and I see someone siding in a couple of Starlight Roads, and I'm gonna play them in top eight, I'm gonna know I could take my Icarus attacks out because it would make their Starlight Roads dead. So
Yeah,
in that sense, it only gets worse, and people start playing around it the further you go and stuff like that. So I don't know if it's really worth side decking this card just for Blackwings, but
yeah, I'd say no.
yeah. And we've already talked about Mirror Force, and then you got the one oppression here. Uh,
Not a fan of two, but it's pretty good. So yeah,
did you like just like auto win with against anyone with this card? Just like shut them down.
yeah. I have just one game, I think. It was game two versus Diva Hero, round two. Game two, round two. Versus a True Hero. He got like first or I don't know, third in Swiss. It was my only loss in Swiss versus True Hero round two. But the game I won versus him, I thought that Royal Oppression was clutch, and I saw the replay, and he had like Miracle, Return, and I have Aggression, and I
Nice.
won. So yeah,
Yeah, his list is very aggro for just like
yeah,
the Diva Hero deck, so it's
very
pretty good.
weak to Oppression, I'd say.
Yeah. Cool. So that's the list. Do you have like any remarks or anything from the tournament, or just like fun matchups, or you want to say how you side decked in general against anything?
I side deck.
Yeah, like, is there anything you just like auto take out versus some matchups and bring in? Because people always ask me, I'll do a video like this and they're like, oh, how do you side deck with this deck? So how would you side with dragons? Um,
Hmm.
if there's a go
I
to
don't
thing.
think there's any particular thing. It's
Like obviously
you
you
know
side
it.
out the red mids because um,
Yeah, I don't think I usually I didn't touch all the dragons. I think I pretty much kept all the dragons
yeah,
pretty much every game except I I always took out prime material versus frogs.
makes sense.
Just don't think it does a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to take out your engine, which is the dragons,
Yeah,
and then like versus the matchup, like you have a lot of destruction on the side, so you just kind of replace certain destruction cards with ones that
yeah,
don't work as well in the main deck. So
yeah. Pretty much.
like
Not very deep, I guess.
yeah, like some
Just like
matchups you might
take
take
out.
out these and for something else, like against
Yeah,
frogs.
depends maybe on if I'm going first, if I'm going second. Maybe if I'm going second, I
Yeah,
take out the dust shoot. Or
but if you're going second, you might even take out gold sarks because it's kind of slow, or might not. I don't know.
nah, not particularly. I
Yeah,
like seeing future fusion. I think it's good. Uh,
yeah. I guess it's a little more. This deck's a little more reliant on future fusion, so like you don't really have to. You want this card, but like maybe some other deck, like you don't really need it. I don't know.
yeah,
I'm not too experienced with the gold sark methods, so Anyways, do you have anything else you want to say before we close it out?
I guess just shout out to Team Roth, Team Ring of Destruction. Uh, Shout out to Rog, who had like a very cool deck. Unfortunately, didn't top. Um, I guess that's it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us on the channel, and we'll catch you guys later.